Hello, welcome to my channel. I don't know if you've heard about this case. It's two sisters, they're twins, that went missing in 1990 in Augusta, Georgia. They were only 15 years old. And if memory serves me right, there was somebody following them, and I don't think anybody really took it seriously enough. Jeannette Latressa Millbrook and Dannette Latonia Millbrook. Forgive me if I'm not pronouncing that correctly. And here's some pictures of one of the sisters. Well, that one didn't show up. There we go. So there's one of the sisters. And here's some pictures of the other sister. I'm going to close the pictures so I don't have a lot of tabs open. 15 years old. And this is their NamUs case files here. This one says she was 5'5" to 5'7" and weighed about 120 to 140 pounds. Per law enforcement, Dannette Millbrook was last seen March 18th, 1990 with her fraternal twin sister, Jeannette Millbrook. Both girls walked into a pump and shop gas station on the corner of 12th Street at Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard in Augusta, Richmond County, Georgia. Both bought some chips and a drink and were never heard from or seen again. Black hair, jerry curls to shoulders. Brown eyes, single piercing in the ear, scar on belly button area from having a navel hernia removed shortly after birth, bow-legged, last seen wearing a white Mickey Mouse t-shirt and white jean pants, black shoes. They were last seen on foot. And hers says that she's about 5'3" to 5'5" and weighed about 115 to 135 pounds. It's going to have the same information. Richmond County. So each ear pierced once at the time she went missing. Did they both have a scar from a hernia at birth? That's interesting. Okay. She was last seen wearing a turtleneck with a blue pullover shirt, a beige skirt, and white stockings. Last seen wearing white tennis shoes. And they actually have a Wikipedia page. So it says Dannette and Jeannette, they're fraternal twins from Augusta, Georgia, who disappeared March 18th. And I'm just skimming through this when they were only 15 years old. It says their surnames often misspelled with Millbrooks. Her middle name is often given wrong due to errors on police reports. The twins were last known to have been seen by a gas station clerk at the Pump and Shop gas station on the corner of 12th Street and Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard around 4:30 p.m. So that's broad daylight. Their case was closed in 1991 and was reopened in 2013. Why would they close their case? They were walking to the local Christ Presbyterian Church on Laney Walker Boulevard. When they returned, they informed their mother, Louise, that a man in a van had followed them for part of their walk. Nothing further is known about this man. Later in the day, the twins walked to their godfather's house to borrow money for a city bus to school the following week, as the teens and their family had recently moved to a new apartment further away from their school. After receiving the $20 for bus fare and a little extra for snacks, the teens went to their cousin's house and asked her to walk home with them. The cousin's mother would not allow her to accompany the twins because it would be dark soon. After visiting their cousin, they made a stop at their older sister's home and stayed for about 15 minutes. They also requested that their older sister walk with them, but she declined due to recently giving birth. So here they are trying to get somebody to walk them home. It sounds like they're afraid of whoever was following them, and they couldn't get anybody to walk them home. After their disappearance, family members considered it unusual that the twins made multiple requests for company on the walk home that day. Isn't that frightening? And this is tragic. Next, they continued on to a local gas station where they got chips, candy, and soda. The clerk, Gloria, was familiar with the twins. She did not recall anything out of the ordinary about their behavior. She's the last person to see Dannette and Jeannette. Jeannette was last seen wearing a blue pullover shirt with a white turtleneck, with a beige skirt, white stockings, white sneakers. At the time of her disappearance, she was about 5'4" and weighed about 125 pounds. Dannette was last seen wearing a white shirt with an image of Mickey Mouse, white jeans, and black shoes. At the time of her disappearance, she was about 5'6" and weighed about 130 pounds. Dannette has been described as bow-legged. Both girls had pierced ears, shoulder-length hairstyle, and jerry curls, and they both have a scar near their navels from a surgery shortly after birth. They were both enrolled as students at Lucy Lane High School. The twins were known to be good teens, and they were not troublemakers. They did not have a history of running away, and there appears to be no motive for their disappearance. They didn't misbehave outside of a single occurrence once when they were being bullied at a bus stop. After the girls were discovered missing, the family was told to wait 24 hours before making a report. Little is known about the initial investigation, as the original police file is reportedly lost. There is much debate as to why exactly the case was initially closed. The family reports that they were told the case was closed when the girls turned 17 because they had reached an age at which they could no longer be legally forced to come home if found. The original investigator claims he was told by a juvie case officer that the girls had been found, which led to both the case being closed and the girls' removal from the National Registry of Missing Children. Mistakes in reports from the original investigation, such as misspelling the last name, Millbrook's enlisted Jeanette's middle name as Latressa, have remained unchanged in case files and can still be found on associated databases today, such as the Charlie Project and National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. So if you have a loved one, friends, family, people that have gone missing, make sure they've got their case files are still open. They're still active. They haven't been closed. Make sure they've put them on NamUs. And if they're not on NamUs, get them on the Doe Network and the Charlie Project. And get them on everything you can. If you can get them on NamUs, Doe Network, Charlie Project, all of them, I would do it. Despite the case being closed in 1991, family members continued to persistently contact the Sheriff's Department to inquire about the whereabouts of the twins over the years. The family was given several explanations for the closure of the case, including that the girls had been removed from the home and placed into foster care, where they were eventually adopted. What? Further investigation revealed this to be false. A close relative did have children in the foster care system, leading the family to believe that this was the source of the confusion. So you can pause this and read it if you want to. There's a lot more on here that it talks about different people. 1993, Aiken County Jail. Skeletal remains of an unidentified black female were found in Aiken County, January 25th, 1993, and were believed to be the result of a homicide occurring sometime between 19 and 92. The remains were found near Shaw's Creek, off Highway 191 in Aiken County, South Carolina. This woman remains unidentified and has become one of the Aiken County Jane Does. The family strongly believes that facial reconstructions of these remains resemble and could be Jeannette. When the remains were originally found, the family was told that it was not either of the twins. However, the family was not given a reason why. As of August 2017, the coroner's office reported his plans to compare DNA from the Aiken County Jane Doe to a familiar DNA. After the analysis, it was discovered that the skeleton remains found did not belong to the twins. Joseph Patrick Washington was active in the girls' neighborhood, and some believe that he may be involved in the girls' disappearance. Washington was sentenced to 17 consecutive life sentences in 1995 for numerous criminal convictions associated with abductions and sexual assaults of 5 women, 3 of whom survived. He faced the death penalty in the murder of Marilyn Denise Kelly and was suspected in the murder of Loretta Dukes, but died in 1999 before the trial started. And like I said, you can go and you can pause this and read it if you want to. They have podcasts you can go listen to if you're interested. And we're going to look at some Jane Does. I don't know if any of the Jane Does could be them. I don't know if their remains have ever been found, but I like to include Jane Does. This Jane Doe kind of reminded me of them. So I wanted to leave her in, even though it says she's age 30, estimated age is 30 to 45, and she was found in 1996. Estimated PMI was years, because I know that sometimes the dates are off. But she has gray hair, so it looks like she could be older, but I don't know. I'm leaving her in. And she was found in Atlanta, Georgia. She was 5'5", estimated to be 130 pounds. Skeletal remains found on steps of a house abandoned for several years. Could have been dead 1 to 3 years, which I don't know if they would have been. They would have been dead about 6 years. So, gray or partially gray hair, black with some gray, 3 to 4 inches in length, which makes her sound like she was older. But floral tank top or sports bra, blue jeans with a brand Z. And you can pause this and read it. She had shoes that were size 10.5 on the body. Sometimes they don't list the sizes, and sometimes they do. And with the missing persons, a lot of times they don't have the sizes of their clothes and shoes when they go missing, which is a shame. This one also kind of reminded me of them. And it did mention that they had shoulder-length jerry curls at the time that they went missing, so I don't know. She was found August 16th, 1990. That's just 5 months after they went missing. Age 26 to 42 estimated, and see, they're only 15, so, but I left it in. 5'3", cannot estimate the weight. Found in a wooded area off the Canal Road, running parallel to I-95, Glenn County. Near complete or complete skeleton. Brown leather belt with plastic, jewel-like studs. Photo of belt in image is green. Blue pullover short sleeve shirt, size medium, with white tan horizontal stripes 1 inch apart, and collar. Blue-gray Lands End slacks with a waist 27 inch. Blue pullover short sleeve shirt, size medium, with white tan horizontal stripes 1 inch apart, and collar. Blue-gray Lands End slacks with 27-inch waist. What is that? Is that a necklace or a belt or something? Okay, then we have a Jane Doe found in Atlanta, Georgia in 1995, 15 to 30 years old. Black sneakers. She didn't really remind me of them, but yeah, she doesn't really look like them at all. But I'm leaving her in, because her teeth, she's got a space between her teeth, and neither one of them seem to, so. Okay, so age 15 to 30, found in Atlanta, estimated PMI days, about 5'7", 140 pounds, found in a shallow grave behind a vacant house. Black horse tightly curled with a maximum length about 3 inches over the crown. Mole on the top of the right foot. Short sleeve blue size 16 shirt with buttons, faded bugle boy jeans, elastic waistband. I don't want to read all that. You can read that if you want to. But she had a multicolor underwear with Tweety Bird character. Manufacturer label reads, "That's all, folks," which makes me feel like she was young. Black Adidas and size 6.5 shoe, intermediate between a high top and a sandal size shoe. It really sounds like she was young. And the clothing kind of reminded me of them, but okay, then we have this girl. She was found in 1994. Estimated PMI was just hours, age 20 to 40, Atlanta, Georgia. Found in a field. A man was eventually tried and convicted, but the descendant was never identified. So said, recognizable face, long black curly hair about 8 inches in length, brown eyes. And then we have this female. The body was found in 2001, and she was estimated year of death was 2001. Jefferson, Georgia, age 15 to 23 years old. And 5'3", cannot estimate weight. Found along the highway, Jackson County, I-85. Police made a routine traffic stop. The person stopped, asked authorities to relieve himself in the woods. Found remains once he jumped the guardrail. Remains of the decomposed black female, almost fully clothed. Female had been deceased for a few days to several weeks. Partial remains with soft tissues. A large tuft of black, coarse, slightly wavy hair was found with the remains that measured approximately 6 inches in length. Blue polish on the toenails. One white sock on the right foot. I guess there's no shoes. Multicolored green, blue, white, straight halter top. Black denim, blue jeans, junior size 3. Black bikini underwear, size 6. So the brand of all the clothes were no boundaries. Anyway, if you have any information whatsoever about what might have happened to these twins or who any of these unidentified females could possibly be, please contact authorities and let them know. Don't forget to pray for their family and their loved ones. Feel free to leave comments and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.